Okay guys, I've finally solved the problem of the green water and why it's not getting much clearer. As you know, I bought a new bulb for this Konica Algae Master 55 Yamitsu filter UV. I took it to bits earlier on this morning and the bulb's blown again. You tighten these on with a screwdriver and it's got a screw and a nut, and no matter how tight I can get it, I've even wrapped some pulley's tape round, it's just not sealing. Somehow, instead of the water coming up here and past them back down, the pressure is finding its way inside the unit itself and blowing every bulb I put in. £30 a bulb, it's not worth persevering, so I've decided to invest in a Evolution Aqua version. Welcome to Pomfret's Pond. So I've gone for the EVO55. It's already been opened in the shop. Just got to put these adapters, screw them into there. A lot easier and a lot more robust to change the bulbs because there's no way they're going to pop off like the others did. It's just a screw on, hand tighten, clip the wire off, screw that back on. But there's a couple of rubber washers inside that you've got to make sure you don't lose them when you take it off. So let's get fitting it. These brackets are different on the Evolution Aqua. They fit to the back of the unit here and bolt straight to the wall, but this is 100mm across. The Evolution Aqua was only about 60, but I'm just wondering if I can just put it inside these, hold it in place. Doesn't matter if it's a bit loose, but we'll see. It'll just save a bit of time. That's the old one out. Hopefully it won't be too complicated just to line the pipes up and fit the new one. I just need to trim these down to 1.5 inches. I'll not bore you with every detail of me cutting them down, but right, that's that done, both cut. They've both got these rubber washers, so I'll now go and fit them to the UV. The brackets for this unit bolt the unit directly onto the wall, but unfortunately to get the bulb out that way it hits the side of the sieve, so I'm going to retain the same brackets because it's going to be easier for me to just undo 2 clips just to take the unit at an angle to get the bulb out. So I've now hand tightened these screws with the rubber sealer in, connected the existing pipework back up. The next problem is there isn't a great deal of cable, so because I'm just going to dispose of the old unit, I've got this electrical box and some seals. I'm going to connect this wire to the existing wire. Basically, it's a waterproof box. You knock them through at each side, bolt this in with the waterproof seal, cable goes in, connect them three, cable goes out, and it's waterproof. Rubber seal in there, and when you tighten this nut onto it, it crimps it onto the wires and makes it waterproof. So that's the new UV installed. The sealed box is wired up. That's the overflow pipe. I've done about a 20% water change, but hopefully when everything's up and running again, within a week it should be the end of green water nightmare. Still got problems. The new UV's been fitted over a week now, and you can still only see about a foot above the surface. It's hard to pick up, but so I've just been on YouTube and I've been scouring my brains and watching videos, and I've just seen a YouTube video of somebody using a pair of tights to solve the problem. So I'm going to give it a try and see what happens. Right, so I'm going to cut each leg of the tights off, slip each leg over the shower bar, fasten it with a piece of that green wire, and we'll turn everything back on and see what happens. So that's one done. I've just weighted on with this cable for now, and I'll go around and do the other. Right, they're both on, it's up and running, and it seems to have made the shower into a blade, but it does still seem to be distributing water. You won't be able to see it properly. Evenly as it drops down the backy shower, so we'll see what happens, see if it works. It's worth a try. I'll get the lid on and give it a few days. The stockings have been on the filters for a day now. Doesn't seem to be clearing the water, but I took a look at them this morning and something astonishing's happened. Not only have they took out all this algae, but it's overloaded the sieve trays that I've made as well. I'm going to clean it out, put some fresh tights on there, and keep it running. Come on, Rocks. Good girl, good girl. Sit. Good girl. No, other paw, other paw. Good girl. Up, up, up. Good girl. So it's the end of the day now since I put fresh tights on the shower bars and cleaned out the nylon sieves that I made, and I'm not sure if the water is starting to look slightly clearer. This is Big Bob. No, you can't do a water test when the water is not turned on. Come on, Roxanne. Right. I've just turned the pump off. And on inspection it's getting less and less. It's filtering less and less out each day, but the pond, this is the third day running now that I've used these types just as an experiment to see how much fines we're getting through and back to the pond, but it's no long-term solution, so I've come up with another idea. The fish are okay, they're thriving, the water quality is 0 ammonia and 0.5 nitrite, so there isn't a problem there, it's just the clarity issue. So from a wet and rainy Preston, how does things change in a few days with the weather? I'm not sure where to go next with this. So the stockings, although they were an experiment and they showed that, I think extra filtration's needed, and the stocking idea, it just puts a new meaning to the phrase, I'm just nipping to the back of the garden to pull my stockings off. So I started looking at OASE 6000 pressure filters, thinking I'll put a small pressure filter on the bottom of each pipe before it hits the tempest. But when I looked at the price, they were, I think they were £274 each. So I had a glance on the Facebook page, you know, the marketplace on Facebook, and lo and behold, there was two. It said OASE 6000 pressure filter times 2, £60. So I've just travelled 28 miles and got back with them. So I'm going to have to sort something out with extra filtration. And also the pressure filters have got, I know it's only an 11 watt UV in each, but it's an extra 22 watts of UV on top of the 55 watts. So maybe that'll improve the green, and the extra filtration might help clear the water. Saying that, two main dealers, koi dealers, were telling me it's a green water issue, it's not filtration, you've got enough filtration, but I'm just going to have to go with my gut feeling. So the next job is to suss out a way of sending the water through the Cetus sieve, through the pump, through the 55 EVO55UV filter, into the splitter, and then each splitter pipe, one into each of these pressure filters, and then the pressure filter up to each tempest. So one pressure filter will be on one tempest pipe, the other pressure filter will be on the other tempest pipe, but that's another story. So from a very wet and drizzly Preston, Nick Pomfret signing out. We're up to just over 300 subscribers now, and thanks for watching Pomfret's Pond.